What happens when a family already surrounded by controversy suddenly returns to social media at the exact moment new rumors explode online? That's the question thousands of viewers are asking tonight after Jade Duggar unexpectedly broke his silence with an emotional Mother's Day tribute to his wife. Just as the internet became flooded with discussions surrounding Joseph Duggar and shocking arrest speculation. To some fans, the post looked innocent, a husband celebrating his family, a father sharing a heartfelt moment. But to critics watching the Duggar family for years, the timing immediately raised eyebrows. Because every time controversy hits the Duggar name, another carefully crafted family image seems to appear online. And now people are asking, was this really about Mother's Day? Or was it another attempt to shift attention away from growing backlash surrounding the Duggar family brand? Tonight, we're diving deep into the post that reignited debate across Reddit, YouTube, and social media. The reactions dividing longtime viewers, and why the Duggar family continues to face nonstop scrutiny years after their reality TV empire began collapsing. Because for many people following this story, the controversy is no longer disappearing. It's evolving. For longtime followers of the Duggar family, the reaction may not seem surprising. Over the last several years, public perception surrounding the family has shifted dramatically. What once functioned as a tightly controlled reality television empire is now viewed by many critics through a far more skeptical lens. Ever since the scandals connected to Josh Duggar became national headlines, even routine social media activity from members of the family has triggered intense online discussion. Simple Instagram captions, birthday tributes, or family photos are often interpreted as calculated public relations moves rather than casual personal updates. That atmosphere created the perfect conditions for controversy the moment Jade Duggar reappeared online. After a noticeable absence from social media, Jade shared a Mother's Day tribute praising his wife and celebrating their growing family. The post itself appeared relatively normal on the surface, warm family photos, appreciative language, and a message focused on motherhood and faith. But because of the Duggar family's history, many online observers immediately focused less on the content itself and more on the timing behind it. At the exact same moment, social media discussions involving Joseph Duggar had begun spreading across Reddit forums, commentary channels, TikTok clips, and Duggar-focused discussion communities. Rumors, speculation, and unverified claims were already circulating heavily online, creating a wave of renewed public attention surrounding the family. That overlap fueled a growing theory among critics. Was Jade Duggar's return strategically timed to redirect attention? Some viewers argued the Mother's Day post felt too perfectly placed to be a coincidence. Others believed the family may have been attempting to restore a more wholesome public image during another period of negative online discussion. At the same time, many fans pushed back strongly against those accusations. Supporters argued that Mother's Day tributes are extremely common on social media, and that critics were reading far too deeply into an otherwise ordinary family post. Some defended Jade by pointing out that nearly anything the Duggar family posts now becomes controversial regardless of intent. And that debate reveals something much bigger about the Duggar family's current relationship with the public. In earlier years, the family largely controlled their narrative through television appearances, carefully edited interviews, and highly managed media exposure. But in today's internet environment, audiences dissect every detail in real time. Reddit threads analyze body language. Commentary YouTubers break down timelines. TikTok creators repost screenshots within minutes. And speculation spreads faster than the family can respond. For critics, the Duggar brand has become inseparable from image management. Every post is viewed as potential damage control. Every silence becomes suspicious. And every public appearance triggers questions about motive, strategy, and reputation management. That constant scrutiny has transformed the family's online presence into something very different from what it once was. Even positive moments, weddings, birthdays, pregnancies, anniversaries, or holiday tributes, now unfold under a cloud of controversy and public skepticism. Whether fair or unfair, the Duggar family's history has permanently changed how audiences interpret their public behavior. And according to many online observers, Jade Duggar's Mother's Day return became the latest example of that reality. For weeks, many followers had noticed that Jade Duggar had been unusually quiet online. In the world of social media, silence from public figures often goes unnoticed. But for members of the Duggar family, even a temporary absence can spark speculation almost immediately. That's because the family's online activity is no longer viewed as casual or spontaneous by many viewers. Every photo, caption, holiday tribute, and public appearance is now examined through the lens of the family's complicated public history. So when Jade suddenly returned to social media with a polished Mother's Day tribute dedicated to his wife, fans immediately began paying attention. The post itself appeared simple on the surface. Family photos, smiling moments, a warm caption celebrating motherhood and faith. The kind of wholesome content that longtime Duggar followers have seen many times before. But timing matters online, especially for controversial public families. Almost instantly, viewers began discussing why the post appeared when it did. Some supporters praised the message and viewed it as a positive reminder that parts of the Duggar family were trying to focus on normal family life despite years of controversy surrounding the family name. Comments from supporters flooded in quickly, with many complimenting the couple's relationship, parenting image, and traditional values messaging. To loyal followers, the post felt familiar, a return to the type of carefully curated family-centered content that once helped build the Duggar media empire during the height of shows like 19 Kids and Counting On. But critics saw something very different. Within hours, discussion pages, commentary channels, and online forums began questioning whether the timing of Jade's return was intentional. Some viewers argued that Duggar family social media activity rarely happens in a vacuum anymore. Others suggested the post may have been designed to redirect attention toward positive family imagery during another wave of online controversy surrounding the Duggar name. Whether that theory is fair or not, it reflects how dramatically public perception of the family has changed over the years. At one point, Duggar social media posts were treated as harmless updates from a famous reality TV family. Now, many viewers analyze them almost like public relations campaigns. That shift didn't happen overnight. Years of scandals connected to Josh Duggar fundamentally changed how audiences interpret the family's public behavior. Critics began studying patterns. When statements were released, who stayed silent, who posted family content during controversies, and how carefully worded captions seemed designed to reinforce a specific image. As a result, even something as routine as a Mother's Day tribute can suddenly become the center of widespread online debate. And the reaction spread fast. YouTube commentary creators began discussing the post within hours, breaking down the language, timing, and presentation frame by frame. Reddit threads exploded with speculation. TikTok creators stitched together theories about damage control, image management, and the Duggar family's long history of protecting their public brand. Some viewers believed the reaction was overblown. Others argued that public skepticism is inevitable after years of scandals tied to the family. But regardless of where people stood, one thing became very clear. The Duggar family can no longer post ordinary content online without triggering extraordinary levels of analysis. For supporters, Jade's post represented stability, faith, and family unity. For critics, it represented calculated image management during a difficult public moment. And that divide says a lot about the current state of the Duggar family's public image. Because today, every post is interpreted as more than just a post. It becomes part of a larger conversation about reputation, damage control, loyalty, and the ongoing struggle to separate the family's carefully crafted image from the controversies that continue to follow them years later. When Jade Duggar finally returned to social media, the post itself appeared simple on the surface. It was a Mother's Day tribute dedicated to his wife, filled with affectionate language, smiling family photos, and a message focused on gratitude, parenting, and faith. The tone of the upload was emotional and personal, portraying a calm and happy family moment. For many followers, the reaction was immediate support. Comments quickly filled with praise for the couple, compliments about their children, and messages celebrating what supporters described as strong family values. Some longtime Duggar fans viewed the post as refreshing after weeks of silence online. Others said the tribute looked genuine and heartfelt, especially because it centered around motherhood and family appreciation rather than controversy. But almost immediately, a second conversation began unfolding online. Critics questioned whether the timing of the post was truly coincidental. Because the Duggar family has spent years managing public scrutiny following multiple scandals connected to Josh Duggar and ongoing criticism surrounding the family brand, some viewers argued that even innocent-looking content now receives intense skepticism from the public. On Reddit forums, commentary channels, and social media discussions, users began debating whether the Mother's Day tribute was part of a broader attempt to shift attention away from growing online speculation surrounding Joseph Duggar and recent rumors spreading across social platforms. Some commenters described the upload as an example of what they called the perfect family image strategy, the same style of carefully curated family-centered content that originally helped make the Duggar brand successful during the years of 19 Kids and Counting and later Counting On. Supporters pushed back against those accusations. They argued that posting a Mother's Day message should not automatically be treated as suspicious simply because of the family's past controversies. Many fans insisted critics were reading too deeply into an ordinary family post and unfairly turning a positive moment into another internet controversy. Still, skepticism continued growing because of the timing. The tribute appeared during a period when online conversations surrounding the Duggar family were already intensifying. As commentary creators began producing videos discussing rumors, speculation, and renewed public attention toward the family, Jade's sudden return to social media became part of the larger narrative almost instantly. For critics, the issue was not necessarily the content itself. Instead, they focused on how polished the upload appeared: the smiling photos, warm captions, family-centered language, and emotionally uplifting tone. Some argued that the post felt designed to redirect public discussion back toward wholesome imagery at a moment when negative conversations were beginning to spread online again. Whether intentional or completely innocent, the result was the same. The Mother's Day tribute became much bigger than a simple holiday post. What might once have been viewed as routine family content quickly evolved into another debate about public image, reputation management, and how the Duggar family continues navigating life under constant internet scrutiny. And as the discussion spread across TikTok clips, YouTube commentary channels, Instagram threads, and Reddit discussions, one thing became clear. Every public post connected to the Duggar family now carries layers of interpretation far beyond the original message itself. As conversations surrounding Joseph Duggar began spreading across social media, online speculation quickly escalated into a full-scale internet discussion. Posts on Reddit, reaction channels on YouTube, and Duggar-focused discussion groups all started asking the same question: was there actually any truth behind the rumors? What made the situation especially chaotic was how quickly conflicting information spread. Some users claimed they had inside knowledge. Others reposted screenshots with no verified source attached. Within hours, multiple versions of the story were circulating online simultaneously, making it difficult for casual viewers to separate speculation from confirmed information. And because the Duggar family has remained such a heavily discussed public family for years, the internet reacted instantly. For longtime critics of the family, the rumors felt believable simply because of the family's controversial history and previous scandals connected to Josh Duggar. For supporters, however, the sudden accusations looked like another example of online gossip spiraling out of control without evidence. That divide created massive engagement online. Reddit discussions and viral speculation. Across Reddit discussion threads, users dissected every detail they could find. People analyzed social media activity, searched for public records, and debated whether the rumors were credible or completely fabricated. Some users pointed to the timing of Jade Duggar returning online as suspicious. Others argued there was no actual connection and accused internet commentators of trying to manufacture drama for clicks and views. The Duggar family's history with media scandals added fuel to the situation. Because viewers have watched years of controversy unfold publicly, many internet users now assume silence from the family automatically signals damage control. That perception became a huge part of the online conversation. And as more creators joined the discussion, the rumors spread far beyond Duggar-focused communities. YouTube commentary channels react. YouTube commentary creators quickly picked up the story. Videos discussing the rumors began appearing almost immediately, with thumbnails and titles suggesting major family drama unfolding behind the scenes. Some creators approached the topic cautiously, emphasizing that much of the information remained unverified. Others leaned heavily into speculation, framing the silence from the family as suspicious behavior. Reaction channels debated whether Jade Duggar posting a Mother's Day tribute during the controversy was intentional public relations, strategy, or simply unfortunate timing. That debate became one of the biggest discussion points online. Was the family attempting to redirect attention toward wholesome family content? Or were internet audiences reading too deeply into a routine social media post? The more people argued about it, the larger the story became. Confusion, misinformation, and public fascination. One of the biggest problems during the controversy was the amount of misinformation spreading online. Clips, screenshots, and reposted claims circulated rapidly across platforms, often without context or verification. Some viewers believed every rumor immediately. Others demanded evidence and criticized creators for amplifying speculation before facts were confirmed. But regardless of where people stood, public fascination with the Duggar family remained undeniable. Years after their peak reality television fame, the family still generates enormous attention whenever controversy appears online. Even vague rumors can dominate discussion spaces for days, because audiences remain deeply invested in the family's public image and ongoing reputation. And that fascination has created a cycle that repeats itself over and over again. Silence from the family leads to speculation. Speculation drives viral engagement. And viral engagement creates even more pressure for public answers. Silence fuels speculation. Throughout the online storm, the Duggar family largely stayed silent. No detailed clarification immediately appeared. No major public statement addressed the rumors directly. And for many viewers, that silence became part of the story itself. Critics argued the family has historically avoided direct engagement during controversy, instead relying on carefully controlled messaging and selective public appearances. Supporters countered that responding to every internet rumor would only create more chaos and reward misinformation. But in the age of social media, silence rarely stops speculation. Instead, many viewers interpreted the lack of response as confirmation that something bigger might be happening behind the scenes, even without verified evidence proving the claims. And once again, the Duggar family found itself at the center of another internet-wide debate, where public curiosity rumor culture, and social media outrage all collided in real time. For years, the 19 Kids and Counting brand was built on consistency. Viewers were shown a tightly organized household, strong religious values, smiling family gatherings, and a message centered around discipline, faith, and traditional living. The Duggar family became one of reality television's most recognizable conservative families, and their public image was carefully maintained through television appearances, interviews, speaking engagements, and social media content. But over time, that image changed dramatically. A series of scandals surrounding Josh Duggar permanently shifted public perception of the family and created a level of distrust that still follows nearly every Duggar-related headline online today. For many viewers, the controversy surrounding the family didn't just damage one individual reputation. It changed how audiences viewed the entire Duggar brand. What was once marketed as wholesome reality television gradually became associated with secrecy, image management, and public relations damage control. And because the family spent years living publicly through television and social media, many internet audiences now feel entitled to analyze every statement, photo, and online appearance for hidden meaning. That's why even a simple Mother's Day tribute from Jade Duggar immediately sparked conversation far beyond the post itself. Some supporters defended the upload completely. They argued that Jade was simply celebrating his wife and family during a holiday weekend, and that critics were unfairly turning an ordinary family moment into controversy. Others pushed back strongly. Critics argued that the timing felt calculated, especially as online speculation surrounding Joseph Duggar was already spreading across Reddit discussions, commentary videos, and social media platforms. This divide highlights a much bigger issue surrounding the Duggar family today. Many viewers no longer separate normal family content from possible image management. Every upload becomes part of a larger conversation. Every caption gets dissected. Every family appearance triggers debate online. And that level of scrutiny is something the Duggar family now faces constantly. Narration direction. Slow the packing slightly here and emphasize the contrast between the family's earlier television image and the current online environment. Narration. At one point, the Duggar family operated like a highly successful media empire. Shows like Counting On extended the family's reach even after earlier controversies threatened their television future. Their audience included loyal fans who followed birthdays, weddings, pregnancies, and milestone announcements for years. But today, the online atmosphere surrounding the family feels very different. Instead of excitement, many discussions now begin with skepticism. Instead of admiration, comment sections often fill with debate, criticism, or suspicion. This shift reflects a larger trend across internet culture, where audiences increasingly question influencer branding, reality television authenticity, and carefully curated family content. For critics, the Duggar family became an example of how a polished public image can eventually collapse under controversy. And because of that history, many viewers now interpret silence, timing, and social media strategy as intentional public relations decisions rather than ordinary behavior. That's why phrases like damage control appear so frequently in online discussions surrounding the family. Whether fair or unfair, the Duggar name now carries years of controversy that continue shaping public reaction. Supporters still believe the family deserves privacy, especially younger siblings and relatives who were not directly connected to past scandals. Critics argue that public scrutiny became unavoidable once the family built a media empire around exposing their personal lives to television audiences for profit. And sitting between those two perspectives is a massive online audience still fascinated by the Duggar story years later. Because even though the reality television spotlight faded, internet attention never truly disappeared. If anything, social media intensified it. Now, instead of weekly television episodes, every Instagram post, YouTube discussion, Reddit thread, or public appearance can instantly become part of a national conversation online. And that reality explains why a single Mother's Day tribute generated so much attention in the first place. Jade Duggar's return to social media may have been intended as a simple Mother's Day tribute to his wife. But because of the Duggar family's complicated public history, the post immediately became something much larger online. Supporters saw a husband honoring his family. Critics saw another carefully timed public image moment during controversy. And regardless of intent, the reaction proved one thing once again. The Duggar family remains one of the internet's most heavily scrutinized reality TV families. As long as public curiosity, controversy, and unanswered questions continue surrounding the family, every social media post will likely keep fueling debate across the internet. For some viewers, the family still represents faith, tradition, and strong family values. For others, years of scandals and media controversies have permanently changed how every public appearance is interpreted. That divide continues to fuel endless discussion across YouTube commentary channels, Reddit threads, entertainment blogs, and social media platforms. And in today's internet culture, where every post can instantly become a viral debate, even a simple family tribute can turn into a national conversation overnight. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.